Sundays with Styles and the Weapon.
Sundays. I am your host from the East Coast, eating a plate of delicious sliced buttered toast. And this is...
It's your boy, FiF
Grift.
Soldier in the building.
And this is... There's nobody there.
Hi, my name's New Hot Weapon.
Nah, unfortunately, Mr. Weapon.
This one's not here. I miss you, bud. I fucking miss you, bud.
It's not the same.
Are you
man.
watching? I don't know if you are.
I missed that delicious breakfast this morning, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yo,
I'm upset.
Yo, the
I'm
best one, the best time was the can't remember what it was, and it was so good.
What do you mean? Yeah, what did he make us? He made
What was the one that you recorded? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he had the meats and shit. What was it?
Fudge. What was it? It was so good. I can't think of what it was. That's gonna make it sound like I wasn't good, but it was.
Was it eggs? No, he made like an omelet. It was omelets, bro. No?
Was it omelets?
I thought it was omelets with.
Weapon, if you know what we ate for breakfast, since we are both R-worded,
Yeah.
maybe just let us know, and that would be a good situation.
And now it shows that you're on here watching us.
No, I don't like that too much.
Oh. I fucked up.
So when it comes to, I mean, we already actually did a lot of our fucking housekeeping type deals. You were going off like you shouted out everybody.
Yeah. You already know what.
You already know.
You already know.
Yo, if you know, you know. Like if you're
Help us help you.
If you know what the network is, I know you do.
Be part
and
of
you know
it.
what it is. We just all gonna support each other and
Get down.
and that's what's up. Like that's what people should do. Like you don't have to like love everything about everything everyone does, but like if we're all friends and we support each other, like that's how the world is actually supposed to work. You know what I mean?
Well, it helps everyone.
There's no
It's
fucking
beneficial for everyone.
I in team, bud.
I know, but that's beneficial for everyone.
But there is a me, but
There's an I and win.
I know.
That's what's tough about
You
that.
know, it's tough, but I'm not. But just don't break up the letters. Keep them together.
True.
Then your fucking teamwork.
Facts. I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm definitely with that. I'm definitely with that.
So,
You guys already know
besides
what the
that-
deal is. You guys know. Help us help you.
Yeah. So basically, one big thing I want to drive home is I've made a bunch of groups to help like push out our all of our stuff. Everybody in the network, and they're all public groups.
Yes.
So people do just find their way in there too. And also, so what I'm trying to get out here is everybody out there that is either part of the network or friends, family who supports us, whatever. I send the invites all the time. So we're talking about, I'll just name a few quick. So we have the Sundays group, which
Yep.
complements the podcast here. We have the Hip Hop Heads group,
Yep.
which is like the second biggest group they have. That you know, everybody that we network with, like it's music and podcasts all day, whatever. And then we also have the podcast and music promotions page.
Yes.
And we
Two
also
more.
have the network.
Two more. Oh, two more after that.
Yeah, we have the network, and there's even more. I think I told you, I'm bringing back old pages I used to have, but so there's also movie and show buffs, which is
Yeah.
good because shout out to Nate Taylor because I got Nate Taylor in there and he's posting shit for me. Like I don't know if I think I made him a moderator. Like I'm making people moderators
so
and
that's the way
admins
to
and
be.
shit. Like I'm real serious about this shit. Like I know people out there, like friends, family, fans, viewers, whatever. Like we do realize that we act a little goofy, but like it's part of the show. Like
Part of the
we-
stitch.
like
This is what we do.
like we're dead serious about what we're
Yeah.
doing here. So anybody out there that doesn't like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but
Yeah,
like
if you don't understand, then yeah,
it's your
that's
and
not,
it's fine. That's your opinion. But like
But just understand that that's not. We do this on. This isn't. We do this on purpose. We act like we're funny on purpose to try to give you, because what we bring you is so heavy. We have to counteract that. Everything we talk about is so deep and heavy on this show, political wise and worldview wise, that you have to balance it off. So we act a little goofy, try to be funny to give you some kind of balance.
you're right. God damn it.
I mean,
But
that's,
before I forget, I wanted to also say too, and going on that, I would like to say a shout out to Mr. Graphic Swayze from Pens and Pencils because I like what he said. it ain't make believe if you make them believe.
Yo, for real. There's a lot of fact in that bar, bro.
Greatness achieved.
Yes.
So that's the thing. I feel like if people really listen to a lot of music, maybe they might find messages.
Solace within the fucking messages.
No, like solid fucking advice, like in life. Like, but now that we're at that, and also too, I understand the economy of the world, everything's fucked. So I don't even push this that much anymore. But honestly, if you somehow end up finding yourself rich or whatever, we do have a couple of tip jars. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But the main thing we want is, honestly, it doesn't cost a dime, is to subscribe. And we're on basically every social media platform type shit there is. I made sure. We're fucking on it. So if you could subscribe, like our stuff, comment on our stuff, and share our stuff. Sharing is most important. That would mean the world. Like, sharing to us is most important. That's how you get around these. Like with Aaron. Like, I get, you know what? It doesn't cost a dime. It costs a few seconds out of your life. But but we appreciate that. Well, absolutely. And the same thing is like Aaron was like how Aaron Allniter how they got him blocked right now, right? There's ways around this because they suppress certain things. There's ways around that, and ways around that is to get your community to share. That's why I like you to give up. They can't stop everyone. They can't stop everyone. So if you had hypothetically 20 or 30 people that were dedicated to your cause, and they blocked 1 or 2 of you still have the other 27 sharing. And so that there's a way around. Like, that requires us to be on the same team. And like what exactly? Unity. God damn it. Don't break it. What you're saying is absolutely fucking true. There's strength in numbers. Yeah. And like the thing at the end of the day is we're all actually good people. Like everybody that's in the network, we're all good people. And we all should be able to all support each other and not be like there's a lot of stuff out there in the world today where everybody is just like me type shit. And we all are guilty of it sometimes. Don't get me wrong. But honestly, I feel like teamwork makes the dream work. It does. So I'm going to continue to do what I do and support the people who support me. Yeah. And shout out. And also, I talked to Mr. fucking John Price. Shout out to Mr. John Price. And he was asking about what time we shoot the show and everything. So I'm waiting to find out. Hopefully next Sunday, if not the Sunday after. There's a couple people that were asking me on the show. We have some guests coming soon. And I know you already probably shot them already, but Ray Spider. It was fucking. I already hit you up anyways, but it was nice meeting you in person on Saturday night. Sorry about all the mayhem. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm just being an adult. We don't know nothing about that. No. I just, it is what it is. But no, like, but get in. But I didn't. That's what I'm saying. God. But like, you told me that Ray was interested in coming on the show, and I think he's a good dude. I'd love to hear. Yeah, Weapon was talking yesterday about it. I don't know if they finalized. Oh, and shout out to fucking Weapon because he really is when he's on the streets. Like, Weapon's basically like our street Head Dog Hogan. He's our street team because not that we don't do it sometimes because I imagine that when you're out and about that if somebody starts talking to politics that you drop it. It depends situationally, yes. That was the big reason that I wanted you to check out, and I'm gonna repost it to everybody so I can just love on myself some more. But I'm gonna repost me on the fucking Fall River experience with Mr. Aaron Allniter. I'm gonna repost it and I'll put above the link. 40 minutes in is where I hop in, and Facebook blocked him. He goes on every day, Monday through Friday. He has his whole shit set up, and Facebook was like, "No, sorry, you can't." Because some people contacted him. Because some people contacted him, and they didn't like that they were out there pushing lies on the internet, and he called them out for it. So, like, that's the world that we're living in basically right now is like censorship. Censorship, and somebody tell me in the comments on here give me an example of when the people that were pushing censorship were the good guys in history. Please get to me. Because you will never be coming back to me. Because there's none. Because it's impossible. There's none. And on that note, you want to get some White House news? You want to get some White House news? Hey, who the fuck you asking if they want White House news? Yeah, no, I should have. I knew better. If it was up to me, this show would be called the Fuck the Motherfucking White House fucking Biden fucking ultra-progressive Marxist fucking created the fucking KK. No, sorry, I gotta stop. Let me ask you this. What is your take on... I like to take them out and fucking... On the White House, how we had a bunch of people storm the White House, sit inside the White House, and chant about Hamas.
What is your take on that? And to double back on that, how is this any different than say J6?
Awesome. I love that whole question. And dude, he just set me up like in fucking volleyball when someone sets you up and then you just spike them on the fucking shit. Because it's weird. The people who went to the Capitol to support, by the way, a terrorist group, a group of people that, like I said, certain things I can't say, but they grape and they murder and they mutilate women and children, and then they run home and they hide behind their women and children and use them as shields. And a lot of people on the left, and I'm not saying all of them because I can't say that about anybody, but a lot of people on the left support this. Like, I guess it's like a Black Lives Matter thing too that's being supported. Like, a lot of people tell me that it's mostly the Chicago one or whatever.
That was the one that posted the
like, they're the ones that bought mansions for themselves, and then when people said, "Wait a minute, what do you?" Can we see the receipts of what you spent the money on?
Like $90 million.
Hey, how dare you fucking ask me that, bud? Like that dude Zendi, Xendi. I'll look up his whole name, but I just want to pop this in quick. I believe it was in Boston. He was a professor and he was an anti-racism activist, basically going around looking for racism. And he had a foundation. He was collecting money from people, and they found out that all the money that he was collecting was going towards like sports cars and fucking vacation. Bro, that's a bad look. That's a bad look for the black community, bud. Because there's a lot of good fucking people out there of every race. Why?
There's good and bad in every race, man. Like every race, there's good and bad.
But real quick before we, why do the powers that be, like the Washington people, why do they want all of the white people versus the non-white people, the Christian people versus the whatever other religion, Muslims or Jewish, whatever, anything, whatever. Just any difference that there can be, the government wants to drive it home to you. You have got to hate these people. Don't look at what we're doing here. We are doing what's good for us to get rich, but we're not doing anything that benefits you people who are we the people. So don't look over here. Look at this shiny little fucking. Look at Israel. Look at Ukraine. Look at all the money we're stealing. Like, fucking Biden keeps saying when people ask him about all the money that he's taken for pay for play, he keeps saying, no, this is a new thing. Show me the money. Show me where the money is. They already have out fucking, what is it, like a FOIA request, whatever. Like, they've already got some of their bank statements, and they get in the rest. Like, why are people so confident in lies nowadays?
Because if you
why are people
own it,
people act like being shameless is a fucking superpower.
No, it's
not.
not.
It's fucking disgusting.
It's no humility, bro. It's over ego is what it is, because they think they own all the. So there's a certain route to go. You have to go to get all this information, and they think they own the entire road to get there. So that's why they're super cocky, because they know at every point that you need to stop to get paperwork done, this and that, they own that slot. They own that node. They own that node. So you're never gonna get there, and they know that. And they're like, show me where the money is.
And Republicans let them get there. And now they're sitting around saying, because don't get me wrong, I think a lot of people think like, oh, these fucking guys, they're fucking conservative Republicans, blah, blah, blah. We've went over this a million times, but trust me, if I just talk to just your average random person, they're still going to say it to me every time. We are not Republicans. We are not Republicans here. We are independents. And
I lean right, though.
And we lean right.
I lean right.
I would say that we're conservatives.
Fair to say.
But what my problem with the Republican Party is they're sitting there like a bunch of fucking dummies, saying like, "What do we do?" Right? Because at the end of the day,
a huge portion of them they're bought and paid for too.
Both sides are wings of the same dirty fucking pigeon, and the only thing that they can agree on with each other is that they definitely don't want a third party. Which I really do think that if there was a real fucking deal, independent third party,
it'd be a problem.
We could probably check. No, I'm saying we could probably get our country back.
That's what I mean, bro. It'd be a problem for
checks and balances, because we're going to see real soon, because there are actually some people in Washington who do feel bad about this shit, and they're writing up these laws now that they're trying to pass to stop senators and congressmen and women from participating in insider trading. But you're gonna know who's the bad guys and who's the good guys by who supports it and who doesn't.
It's not supposed to be insider trading anyways. The fact that they even have to write a law for a law that exists.
But do you notice
insider trading is illegal to begin with?
That's the second thing.
To begin
Republicans and Democrats don't agree on very much, but two things they absolutely fucking agree on.
It's how to fuck you.
It's
how to fuck
and,
you.
And are those two things? We will not allow a third legitimate, because there are independents, but they won't allow it to be.
There's a Green Party.
But they won't allow it to be like a real deal, legitimate. It's only like a spoiler for people. Like you can take votes away from
one.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. So that, and also they agree that we don't want them to stop us from stealing all this money we're stealing. They agree on that. They agree on that.
And they agree how to be fucking American people.
And then, you got them all like, much like we look at celebrities and shit, like they're not regular people. But they are. You got that fucking broad there, Ashley Babbitt, out getting fucking finger popped, smoking fucking vapes at the fucking movies and shit. Like, these people are just regular people like us. They just were fucking born into a family or whatever, and they they got a lucky break in life, and they're fucking they sucked the right dick, and now they're fucking abusing their power, and we're sitting around like, no, and you know what? You can say to me all you want, people. Oh, you guys are just fucking talking about it. Like, what are you gonna do about it? I would argue myself that this podcast that we do is getting information out there to people, a lot of people who don't hear this, because if you just watch, say you just have Comcast, you're not real big into podcasts, you're not real big into the internet, you just watch fucking maybe MSNBC, which is Microsoft owns that. MS is Microsoft. I don't know if you knew that, motherfuckers. And so, also, Bill Gates, fuck you. Yes, points. Don't want the fucking bug protein, and you're not gonna take all the trees down. You heard this shit? Trees are bad for the planet. He wants to cut down at least half the world's trees and bury them underground. That's gonna somehow make us.
I wonder why. What produces what you breathe?
Clip it. Fucking trees, man. Like, when are people realize we are the carbon? I know I say this all the time. I'm beating a dead horse, but we are the carbon, and Aaron Allniter is always like, yes, sir. We are the carbon that they want to eliminate. But you fucking clowns.
And you do realize that.
Sorry, I can't.
No, and you do realize the common person doesn't even watch Fox News, MSNBC.
Even Fox News is pretty fucking.
No, but the common person don't watch those. They watch Channel 4. They watch local news. They watch Channel 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, whatever it is around your area. And those people used to be the ones that were telling the truth, and the bigger networks were the ones with the propaganda. But that propaganda is even sunk down to the local level now. So now you're hitting everyone from every angle. And really, the only place you can get down as 50-50 as you can be, which is not even 50-50 because everyone skews away. Nobody is directly cutting the ball in half.
Right.
They're skewed a little bit one way or the other. But you're getting as close to as unbiased information as you can get through the internet on these podcasts. And this is why these podcasts are dominating news right now. They're doing bigger numbers, huge numbers
than legacy media,
than huge corporations,
and even fucking
crazy, bro.
And even fucking
people thirsty for the truth.
Even fucking Fox is fucked up, and they always were a little bit fucked up. They just told a little bit, and still to this day, they do tell a little bit more of the truth that you don't hear. Yeah. But they're still propaganda. Man.
Absolutely,
they're still propaganda. So at the end of the day, all you people who laugh at like people who say, do your own research, that's not even funny. Like, that's just fucking reality.
You know why you're laughing, though? You know why you're laughing at those people? Because you refuse to do that, and you want to be dictated to by who you think is an authority figure. Well, the people that do their research don't buy into that.
Right.
We want to know this for ourselves, and we go and look it up. Why is that? Like you do your own research?
Because independent media, like you said, even they're not perfect. No. That's what everyone needs to understand. Nothing's perfect.
Nothing.
Literally, when you go online, think to yourself, there's a possibility that every single thing I just saw is fucking a lie. Yep. But there is, if you look through everything, I mean, sorry, but if you look through everything, it's like a roadmap that shows you what's most likely, what's real and what's going on. You know what I mean? And it's like people like doing your own research is called fucking like reading, bud. Like, do people not read anymore?
No, they'd rather be no.
Is that for people in jail?
No, because that requires you to do something. People have gotten so lazy. They'd rather have, instead of you doing something on your own, you'd rather have me tell you how to do it than you to go figure it out yourself. And that thought process is exactly what's happening here. Instead of them going to figure it out on their own, they'd rather have who they look at that hierarchy of authority figure to a regular person, and that authority, the hierarchy, they look at the people on the news because they wear a suit and they're on channel 4 and 5. They must be telling the truth. And they buy the shit hook, line, and sinker every time.
And you know what I always think to myself when I see those people? I always think to myself, I don't know if you ever find yourself thinking this, but I think, I bet you, I wonder what these motherfuckers look like at home. I bet you they're fucking slobs or something, you know what I mean? Like they're just coming in, they're getting their makeup done, the men too, and they're getting, like, you can dress up a fucking turd all day.
And polish it all you want, it's still a turd.
It's still a turd. You might trick some people, but you're still a turd.
But that's their goal, though. See, so they're winning at that aspect because they're gaining. They figure like this, we can chip away at it over time.
And that's
a couple here, a couple there,
and that's my
fucking
fucking take, and I'm fucking sticking to it.
I know everything you just said. How does that affect the Hamas thing at the White House and hooking that into the J6? Because they're saying that the Hamas, they're not looking. The media is not using.
Transition!
The insurrection, right? They're not using the insurrection that just happened. They're not even calling it insurrection. They're calling that a staged-in fucking protest in the White House.
It was peaceful.
For Hamas,
It was peaceful.
How's it any different?
Protesting, like, you know, when they burned all the fucking neighborhoods down in.
You mean like when earlier this year they burned down the guard shack in the fucking St. James Church across the street? I know it's not St. James. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the church, but when they firebombed that one too, was that also just out of curiosity? So why this is how you know the shit's bullshit. Because you can have two very similar things, right? And one's going to be labeled this way, and the other one's not even going to be close to labeled that way when they're not the same, but very similar. Similar enough that you can go, you know what? There's definitely some correlations here. A lot of them, as a matter of fact.
But this is what got, I know. This is, dude, the way things are, I know this is not that we're talking about, but I just want to slip this in real quick because I have a problem, but this is what has got me to the way I'm starting to feel about religion. I think we fucking lost our way, man. But anyways, yeah. So please, anybody, change my mind and come in the comments here or when we release this show and we have all the nice
be a guest.
And we have all the nice editing that Mr. Jory does.
Change his mind and be a guest.
Right. Come on and be a guest.
And change his mind.
And change my mind because give me back there. Oh, so come in here and tell me what you think the big difference was between, and what was the date? Was it October 17th that they did that account? Something like that, because they keep saying the date, like on Fox, because Fox is like beating
trying to push the
yeah. But tell me the difference between what they did to support Hamas, which is a terrorist. I mean, I don't have to say what they do anymore because I said it twice. I don't want to say it again. A terrorist organization, just like all these kids in college, that a lot of them were allowed to come into this country from all these Middle Eastern countries, and I'm not going to get into the rest of it right now, but are out there supporting terrorists, which is not even covered under free speech. Like, because somebody asked me, like, I thought you were a free speech absolutist. I said I am, but if you look it up, bud, supporting terrorism isn't covered under it. It's not.
It's funny. No, it's funny. It's funny. No, it's funny with the Hamas thing being called terrorist because if you so to play devil's advocate, I do not support what they did at all. 100%. I feel like they went about it wrong. But and let's be honest there, when them boys got their knee on the neck of the Palestinians in Gaza like that for as long as they have been doing it, and they've been keeping them living in squalor. How long does that sit around before you are forced to do something drastic? I do get that part
because I looked a lot into it because I didn't
However,
want to be skewed.
The route they went was you can't justify it. Civilians,
you can't justify it.
Bro, if you wanted to do that politically, do what you did. Go do what you did to a military installation, do something that has the ability to punch you in the face back.
They only want soft targets.
They
don't want hard targets. They're not Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Going to an electric music dance festival and smoking 200 people that are dancing to fucking... Bro, like that's
but don't get me wrong, to play devil's advocate here quick.
That's horrible.
To play devil's advocate again here quick. All those people at that music festival were like rich Jewish kids, like college age, who were literally right on the fence line with Palestine, who they know want to kill them, and it was sort of like a, hey, look at the beautiful life I'm living type of deal. Like, so,
Could be looked at like
but that doesn't make it right. But I'm saying, I'm sad that people died and stuff, but like, don't you feel like, and they were, and on top of it, they weren't even armed except for 2 security guards who only had handguns, and they tried to defend the group. So I give those dudes props, but they got gunned down. Yeah. But you thought you were untouchable, and you know what it reminds me of? And I'm just saying, people, because a lot of people, the government wants you to believe that we're untouchable, but it reminded me a lot of America, the way that Israel's like, oh, like I thought we were untouchable, like what just happened to us, like, and the fact that they've been held back on a fucking choke chain by the United States as long as they have since that happened is fucking mind-blowing. And I'm glad there's starting to be blowback now because, like I said, on the fucking
they already started the invasion
thing, I know they did now, but they got held back for so long.
A couple weeks.
But now fucking the New York Times, but they were giving people at least a week to get out of there. Yeah. That's why I don't subscribe to this fucking bullshit that, oh, they don't care about any fucking like casualties of war, like civilians and shit, because they gave the people a week to get out of there. And they kept all the power and water on in that area. Like, you can say whatever you want about it, but anybody who stayed there is fucking booed up with Hamas. So they're fucking terrorists too. I feel bad if it's children. That's the only thing I feel bad about.
If it's children though, then the parents are making the choices for the children.
But I mean, sure than shit, these fucking adults that have committed the atrocities that they're committing are out there with their fucking 10-year-old kids.
As shields.
Human
shields, dude.
Not just as human shields. Put in an AK-47 in a 10-year-old kid's hands, and now they're fighting because, listen, real quick, and then but my father did 2 tours in Vietnam, and he told me one time, he said, it's really fucked up, but like when a kid comes around the corner with an AK-47, it you know it, like you feel it, but like it doesn't matter that they're 10 years old.
Because it's you or them.
Either they're gonna blow your fucking head off, or you're gonna kill them.
Either you or them.
So the adults that are putting kids in that position
are fucked up
people.
Big time, dude.
Definitely don't see Israel putting children out on the front lines.
No.
I mean, if you want to go, I mean, if anybody would like to debate with me, like, come on the show. You know what I mean?
I can't subscribe. I just go back to the, if you're trying to make a point, you got to make a point the right way.
And now the media, but for a split second, Hamas played the media, and they were using the propaganda machine in their favor. But I really just seen, honestly, over the last like day and a half, it started to fucking get rewound because these major media companies come and say, wait, we fucked up because it's been proven that they didn't attack the hospital. Like they said that since they said that since Hamas has attacked Israel over a couple of weeks ago, over 300 of their missiles have failed and blown up in residential areas
in Gaza.
But they've also sent thousands that did make it to Israel and explode.
But then they're blaming Israel for the ones that implode.
They're trying to use propaganda.
Hamas isn't the problem, dude. It's Hezbollah, North.
Lebanon. Iran's the fucking problem.
They're the fucking problem, bro.
You know who's the biggest problem?
They have the
cut the head off the fucking snake. Say it, Washington. Hey, Washington, Iran. You gotta fucking kill them all.
So you heard the U.S.
I don't want anyone to die.
The U.S. is striking Iran inside Syria right now, right?
God, I love
with those striker carriers that are out in fucking Eastern Mediterranean.
Because my problem is that greater men than us are willing to put their lives down for the freedom of this country. And don't get me wrong, because I actually all my family, like my grandfathers were both in World War II. Mm-hmm. My father and 2 of my uncles were in Vietnam, and I'm saying, like, my dad was in the shit. Like, he was in the infantry. He was in the
Yeah, he's a grunt.
Yeah, I don't even need to explain that. But
they put him into the worst.
But so when I was 18 years old, I went to sign up for the military. I don't know if I've never told this story here, I don't think. And I went up the mall. Up the mall used to be. I don't think it's there anymore. So I went in there, and the guy said to me, I took the test and shit, and I passed the test, and he was like, just this question, you got to be like really honest with me. He's like, what do you want? Like, what do you want out of this? He's like, I said, like, why you asking? He goes, well, because I'm asking you what branch. Because you can sign up for every branch there. I'm trying to find out what branch you want to sign up to. And I'm like, so what's the benefits to each branch? And he went through them. And on the Navy, and like I said, I have two grandfathers that were in the Navy, World War II. So like I had already was thinking about that too. But he was like, explain it. He's like, it's basically like a free fucking trip around the world to see everything awesome.
Until you're at war.
Right.
Until you're at war.
No, I get that.
And then
But there's a point that I'm getting at. Yeah, I'll try to get to it quick. But so I was in talks with them, and everything was all set up. A week before I was supposed to go into Boston and get my physical, and the next day I would have met with him like at 5 in the morning, wherever it is, and head off to fucking boot camp. A week before that happened, my fucking eye was getting like blurry, and I was like, I told my parents shit, and they were like, I was 18. They're like, I'll make an appointment with the eye doctor, and I went in, and they're like, something's really bad, like above what the eye doctor at. Like I was at the Good Samaritan, which is a shit show, but anyways, he's like, you need to go into Boston to Mass Eye and Ear, and I went in there. They're like, all right, so they're like, we don't know yet if it's cancerous or not. We don't think it is, but you have a tumor in your eye that is, I have a birthmark. Mm-hmm. Can you see that shit? It's kind of darker near it. Yeah. It goes inside there. It's inside my face. And like it basically, they call it a port wine stain. It basically like grew off of that, a tumor. It was non-cancerous, but it grew so fast. It detached my retina. It damaged the optic nerve, and it just destroyed my eye. Like I can't see out my eye at all. Oh shit. So, and even when it first happened, my eyesight, I still could like, with a closed eye, I could see like the silhouettes if someone was like going like this. But now I see nothing. It's complete darkness. But so they said you need 12 treatments of radiation, and I was like, is it gonna give me any sight back? They're like, no. I'm like, so why would I get it? He's like, if you don't, your eyes are gonna turn white, like pure white. Now I think back, I probably should have done that. That would have been awesome to have a preview eye. Yeah. But anyways, so I fucking had to have the treatments, radiation, all that bullshit. But anyways, after the appointment, I called my recruiter. He was a good guy. And I told him what's going on. And I was like, I didn't know what the answer was going to be. And I was trying to have wishful thinking. And I was like, is this something I can do? Like, what? He's like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm like, why? He's like, if it was just bad eyesight and it could be taken care of by corrective lenses, then you can have those glasses that like strap around your head and shit. He's like, but you're totally blind in your eye. He's like, pretty much. He's like, that affects everything. Yeah. Like I used to always go shooting and stuff with my father and stuff. We used to shoot we shot right around. We shoot BB guns, that type of, and like I can't, like I can still shoot, but I have to shoot something like a .22 rifle or something because there's no kickback because I have to go like this to my good eye
to shoot.
So with a rifle, it's got to be something that doesn't have a lot of kick, or I have to hold it out like this. Yeah. But with a pistol, look, I go like that. But the guy was like, "We can't have you." So like I wanted to go. So my whole point of that long fucking ass story, but I never told it on here, which I usually tell the same stories all over again. So that's a plus. Is that I wanted to join the military, and if they'd fucking take me, like I love my family and shit. Like I don't, but like if they needed me, and I bet you're the same type of dude, take me, bud. If it's to stop what they're trying to turn this country into, however that, I don't know how that all connects, but like I would fight and die for that. Like I'm not bullshitting at all. Like
I wonder if there's any World War II veterans still alive here and how they see the country now and how they feel that they went to war at that time for how the country was and how much has changed now.
Everybody out there, real quick. Everybody out there, especially if anybody's watching this or if you're watching it when the episode's all done, either Google search on YouTube or on Google and search World War II's veterans opinion on the state of the world today. And I'm pretty sure you're probably going to cry when you watch it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. I'm going to post it up on the Sundays link.
So if you're not in the Sundays group on Facebook, you better fucking get hip.
Yeah, if you're not in the Sundays group on Facebook, you got to go fuck yourself.
You better go get in that group
right
now.
Points. Clip it, Paul. That's going to be a short right there. Fuck, baby, fuck. Oh, I put a swear in it now. Yeah, go. All right, what's the next?
Oh, fuck.
Is it just me or are we on fire today?
Yeah, we're way off topic. I'm about to just scrap this.
But I don't
thing.
care
Let's
about
just freestyle shit then.
No, don't scrap it.
Fine.
No, but there's got to be. Is there anything else in there that scroll through and see if there's anything on there that's important? I know one thing off the top of my head that I'm definitely gonna spin on.
All right, so this should be talked about. Why is the government in different states going after Trump's legal team? All his how can and with the RICO Act? What the fuck is going on with this, man? Since when can someone who hires lawyers not have and ask lawyers for fucking the right things to do? Isn't that what a lawyer's for? Is for like the like legal advice the right way?
Yeah. Was that when I first clicked on the live that I asked you what's going on in the world right now today? What happened to lawyer fucking client privilege? What happened to being fucking innocent until proven guilty? What happened to fucking juries and not a judge just being the end all? Like they're the judge and the jury.
Well, that's voted on though. That's
jury.
That's,
well, every time I say jury, I feel like I'm thinking jury.
no. What you're saying though is there's both. You have the right to pick.
And why?
To pick whether you're going
and
for
also,
jury or you're going
why
for
does somebody? Why does somebody like Letitia James run her whole campaign to become a DA on I'm gonna get Trump, he's the wicked, mean, bad white man. I'm gonna get that motherfucker. And then tell me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna there's gonna be a little bit of French spoken here, but tell me that this fucking bitch wasn't out on a fucking soapbox in front of a whole crowd of people having the whole crowd cheer that Washington is
too male, too stale, and too pale.
Listen,
if that is
two
racism,
sides to that, though. So, just so you know, first off, that's not. I hear this weird thing spoken all the time, and as a white man, I feel the reason to speak on it. It's not anti-white rhetoric, because like nobody says, "Hey, you're exercising anti-black rhetoric right now." No, you're just a racist.
Yeah.
You're a racist. So, but do I think that Washington is a little bit, but they're starting to change a little bit. Washington was for a long time white, old, and a male.
I don't agree with that.
But now that we have what we have, things are pretty fucky. Like we have a portion of the Democratic Party that calls themselves the Squad who openly support fucking terrorism. They openly support, sorry, I wasn't going to say it again, but I'm gonna. They openly support the rape and murder and mutilation of women and children. And one in particular, Rashid Tlaib, flies a rainbow LGBTQ plus flag and a Palestinian flag right next to each other. When in Palestine, if you're gay, if they don't tie you to a post and shoot you in the head, they take you up on top of a building and they fucking throw you off for being gay. By the way, I don't fucking... that's disgusting to me. If you're an adult and I don't give a fuck, as long as just... Do you see they're trying to slip in like being a fucking pedophile? They're trying to slip in maps. A minor attracted person.
What?
But I do give props to the LGBTQ plus community for not allowing them to get in yet. But they seem very persistent. Do you know there's also the bestiality community now wants to be added to the community.
This is the slippery slope I talked about months
ago. Don't be fucking animals.
Holy shit.
I'm right about that, right?
Bro, don't be attracted to fucking kids either. Like, what the fuck, man? Like the fact that we're even having this goddamn conversation.
And
blows my fucking
even
mind.
Though with freestyle, I know my list, so I also like to say this real quick. I'll say a name that everybody will be like, oh no, you said the name that should not be spoken. Hey, you guys remember Alex Jones? Yeah, so Alex Jones still has a show because he never got canceled because you just can't cancel people at the end of the day. If you don't want to be canceled, you really just don't get canceled. So Alex Jones
shout out to Steven
sends, yeah, definitely, the Mug Club. Yo, listen, Alex Jones was talking about how he specifically homeschools his child because he doesn't want all this sick fucking shit to get in her head, right? And he goes, but we still want her to be able to socialize with other children because that's a part of growing up and that's how you learn how to be an adult. So they sent her to like 1 or 2 days a week, after school like sports program, like fucking kickball, all this shit. Tell me that
Free
the child, tell me that his daughter didn't come home. And I think she's like 8 years old.
So same
And there's there's a lot of people out there that, and you know what type of people you are, but they say that's not true. It is true, but you know how they always like everything. This is not true. It never happened. But so she comes home. She goes, "Dad, am I bad?" And he was like, "What are you talking?" And I actually talked about this too on the Fall River experience with Mr. fucking Aaron All-Nighter. Listen to his new motherfucking song with It's Your Boy FiF. Motherfucking losers. Yes, points. Okay, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Sorry about that rant. I was getting there. Oh, so she said, "Dad, am I a bad person? Are you still with me? Anybody? Is anyone out there? So am I a bad person, Dad?" He's like, "Why would you say that?" He's like, "Because they told me at sports camp that all white people are bad." Oh no.
Racism.
No, Joey.
Racism.
Joey. That's not happening.
Oh, it's not?
In schools. It's a lie that people are making up. It's not happening.
So it's just like those books aren't in public libraries?
I mean, check it. We're in a secret location here, right? So I might secretly work for a place that I might secretly know that type of shit happens. Allegedly. But anyways, that's what we're talking about. So why should a child have to feel that way?
They shouldn't.
And I found myself wondering, like, nobody alive was involved in like slavery or anything like that. And I found myself thinking about every country and empire on the planet was built on the backs of slaves of every color. People like you and me. In the history of the world. Read a fucking book. Back to what we were talking about. Read a fucking book. So I find myself thinking.
I listened to the audio version.
How do you feel? I watched the movie. How do you... fucking points. No, but I'm just like, how do you not understand this? How do you not know this? Like, and the thing is, the left wing and the right wing's not perfect, man. Like I said, I got a lot of criticisms, but they are pandering. But I think people are starting to realize it now because I see a lot of backlash. I see a lot of backlash towards Biden now. I see a lot of people who are on our side of the camp, on their side of the camp, and in the middle saying, "Whoa, like I feel something right now."
Here?
Like everybody out there, can you tell me that you don't feel like an energy right now, like in this world? It's not just this country.
It's a negative energy. It's a negative.
And
vibe.
Stop thinking that we're just untouchables here, and that you can just sit on your couch and fucking watch Netflix and eat fucking snacks.
You can if you want.
I mean, I do that.
Productive.
I mean, I do that sometimes. I do. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, but I also know what the fuck is going on in my country and in the world. But if you don't want to do that, that's sort of your thing.
Yeah, do your thing.
But I still have the right to think it's fucked. I mean, I don't know.
You can.
But I'm not knocking you.
But do you, boo? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
seriously, you, boo. I just feel like I'm about to go to church, man. I don't know if that's the answer to the problem, but I keep finding myself circling the drain and come back to the same fucking shit.
Do you know who might have the answer?
Who?
The new House Speaker, Mike Johnson.
Oh shit! Who the fuck is?
Who is this?
Who's
Mike Johnson?
Listen, who? Mike Johnson. Who? Mike Johnson.
Who the fuck are you?
Like Mike Jones? You get what I was doing? Oh shit!
Clip.
Points for me. Clip it.
That's gonna be a short.
Fucking clip it. But anyways, and I seen him. And tell me this dude, I had to listen to the whole thing.
Where'd he come from?
They did a little interview. But the man literally looks like a fucking, like AI created him.
I probably did.
He looks like the most, like, preppy, dorky, geeky, like, glasses. Like, he doesn't look like a real person. It's weird. And I don't know nothing about him.
Maybe they 3D printed him.
But hey, if they can print all the fucking fake money they can print. Who?
Do you think he might be a
Mike Johnson.
Who, bro?
Mike Johnson.
Where did he come from? Where did he come from? Is he a Republican? Is he a Democrat? Like, what side of the fence is he on?
I would imagine that he's a Republican because that's who is putting someone in the speakership right now.
So
unless they couldn't, like, basically it was getting down to if they couldn't get their shit together, they were going to put a Democrat in there. But it's supposed to be Republican.
Let me ask you this.
To have the proper checks and balances. If we could have an independent party, that would be cool.
The Republicans are split in two parties right now. You have, like, the Matt Gaetz side, and then you have, like, the what's her face? Marjorie Taylor Greene side.
But there's splits in the Democrats too. You realize?
No, I'm saying where did he come from though? I don't care about the Democrats. I'm trying to find out like what side of Republicans he coming from.
I'm gonna be honest with you and say that I don't know shit about this guy
Me
yet.
neither.
I should have done some more.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say.
Dick about
Hey,
it.
listen. I'm gonna say. Let me look into that.
Weapon, what do you think about that?
Oh, hey, let me look into that.
Weapon, what do you think about
Let me look into that. Hey, let me tell you about a time that I was drinking in the woods when I was 15.
that?
Yes, points.
All right. Ready?
How far are we into this, by the way?
Not far as I'm trying to push it along. All right, so let's get into some international news, baby. International news.
That was good. That's pretty good. No, I liked it. Come on.
All right, let's ask a question. Let's ask a
Honestly,
question.
real quick, I think this has been a good episode. To tell you the truth.
Let's So check this out.
Yeah.
Our neighbors to the north of us, Canada. Why
are they
on this fucking continent, on God's green earth, do we have a Chinese military training with our neighbors to the north and in the north?
I know. I've been and the worst part is
in the climate that they're training in as well.
Because we're trying to iron out some wrinkles and shit in our operation, much like, fucking wrenches get thrown into the fucking machine, just like we were talking about Mr. Aaron All-Nighter, and shit happens. So, like, I've already mentioned this before, but we never really, got into it and shit. But, pray tell, and I don't know why, but why, and see, this is the thing where I come in, Paul, okay, I'm gonna, so Paul, how do you complain about all the bad things that happen in the world, but how are you going to help fix it? I'm going to tell you. Does anybody know that there are Chinese soldiers, like a fucking lot of them, that are training in Canada for cold weather warfare? They're playing war games. I'm just wondering, why would that be happening?
I don't think it's the obvious answer. I don't think it's the obvious.
Are we about to fucking...
No, I don't think it's the obvious
answer. Are we about to pop off in some motherfucking real life motherfucking Red Dawn? Original with Patrick Swayze, not the fucking new shit with that kid from Nickelodeon.
Think about this shit.
And fucking...
The United States isn't even fucking entirely
Thor?
Cold. Isn't even entirely cold, dude.
Fuck!
You're talking about the northern... a couple sections of the United States are cold. Not the entire continent.
Right.
If you really want me to tell you, let's get.
But I'm saying, I think that because maybe the plan is think about where they are in Canada and think about what is below in the United States.
But they're training in cold weather. I think you're onto it. I think you're onto it with the cold weather.
Yes.
They're buddying up with who? That in their entire country is in fucking Siberia.
Russia, sir. Russia.
Now think about this.
Alex, I'll take Russia for 500.
Ready?
Fuck.
They buddied up with them for them to let their guard down, to be buddy with them.
Right now.
Ready? If the Ukraine war doesn't go as planned, Russia's going to be weak and vulnerable. Guess who has been set? And China is bordering Russia and has been wanting parts of Russia for hundreds of years. So could this be like the Manchurian candidate as a country? China, buddy, me and you are buddy. Now you're not looking at me no more. But the majority of your country is in cold climate, where the United States has small pockets. Not saying it's just a thought. Just a motherfucking thought.
Dude, that's the thing. It's okay to speculate. It's okay to speculate. Yes, you get points for that. Okay, back to reality.
You know what I mean?
Back to reality. No, you do.
But because if you really think about it, the Northeast is cold for a couple months. The Northwest is cold for a couple months. The plains in the middle are cold for a little bit. But
I have a question for you.
That's not even half the country. That's not even 50%.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you concerned at all? Because me and you have ever have this debate where you say that I'm very hawkish on the U.S. being able to be somehow affected or infiltrated by Russia and China and shit like that. Do you feel the fact of what the geopolitical situation is with the wars going on and the amount of arms that we have sent to these places? Do you think we're starting to put ourselves in a position where we don't have as much as what we need? Because there are people talking about this right now, big people, like Washington people. Do you think it's just propaganda?
I think it's absolute propaganda. I think that's a way to make ourselves appear weak.
So you're of the mind that some of these people are that that the U.S. just somehow has infinite amounts
I didn't say infinite, but I also I want you to now flip back on that. Ready? If I had $10, why would I pass out $9 to everyone else, leave myself with $1, and then start poking and prodding the bear everywhere? That makes absolutely. And these people that are military minded know better than to
So
do that.
answer me.
That's not
So
smart at all. That's elementary.
So riddle me this.
And I'll riddle you that.
If we're fucking, you can diddle this. Listen, if we as a country are a number that most people can't fathom, if we're $33 trillion in debt, how the fuck are we handing out billions of dollars to fucking other countries when people are fucking homeless and starving on the streets, men who went and fought in other countries for us to be fucking free here?
Doing what we're doing right now.
I think something is up and something's not right.
Yeah, because that's money laundering on a mega scale.
At its finest.
that is money laundering at the most.
On that fucking, is there even any of those left? Honestly?
Well, yeah, I don't know, those 4.
I'm gonna check real quick. But
if
there's
2, grab me one too.
Yeah, no, of course. If there's one, it's just for me. No, I'm kidding.
And it's yours anyways.
I'm just kidding. Don't worry.
No. To be honest with you, like, think about it. How much money? $200 billion was sent.
Oh, mine was an empty one, but I think there's a
yes. No, I put in. So check this out.
Yes.
The $200 billion was sent. How much? Do you think if we spent $200 billion in the United States, that would eliminate? And I mean eliminate the people that are willing to not be homeless? Is that possible?
Hey, real quick, how much fucking shit do you think we could do for the people in this country with $200 billion? Like, that's a lot of money. Like, there are children. Hey, do you people care about children, love children?
Look at that backstrap.
There are kids. Listen, I don't want you to listen to this guy because I'm saying something serious. Listen, there are kids in the United States of America. There are kids in the United States of America. There's one person watching who are starving to death. But we send $200 million. Sorry, billion. Sorry, $1 billion to fucking Ukraine, to a guy that's a fucking gay porn like actor who's just like getting paid to pretend he's a president.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, but it's true. They're using Ukraine like it's a little toy.
It's money laundering, bro.
And at the same time, you got people like, and before I forget this, and we can get back on track, whatever. You got people like fucking Frankenstein, weirdo, goofy-looking motherfucker like John Kerry. And check this out. You know, I met John Kerry once. Mm-hmm. I shook his fucking corpse fucking looking hand.
That wasn't what he was shaking.
I know. No. He was actually giving me a knob job, but that's a different story. But hey, I used to go because my whole family, a bunch of my family was in politics, so I used to go to you know how they have all this ridiculous shit like Democrat fucking, or in Republicans too, like Democrat breakfast or Democrat luncheon. So, and this is a great story for everyone too. Real quick, to bust into this real quick. My family, were Democrats. I was a Democrat for pretty much all of my life.
You know, this is not official. This is not official.
Listen, sorry, Bud.
Oh, you came around.
I'm ashamed of it, but I gotta. Yeah, I'm ashamed. All right. Listen, much like so I think it's a thing. Like, I feel like when you're young, you're an idiot, so you want to be a Democrat. But once
you're an idiot, you just don't know better.
But once you're an adult and you have children and you have a wife, I mean, if you're doing that because obviously the people in Washington don't want you to be a man or woman, get married and have kids. But I digress. That's a whole nother shit. But I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, sometimes you just say the shit they want to be the quiet pot
out loud.
But I guess yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, real quick, and then I want you to go on to the list so we can get. Hey,
that's for horses.
I'm gonna listen. Hayes for horses.
And cows like you.
Listen, hayes for horses. It's better for. That was good. Yes, points. Hayes for horses. Better for cows. But pigs don't eat it because they don't know how. And also, fuck a duck. Screw a kangaroo. Finger bang an orangutan. Orgy at the zoo. You know what I mean? Clip it. Send it to the internet.
That's gonna be on this next freestyle.
It is. I'm gonna be cranking down while I'm doing it. Oh
even
boy!
better.
But can you get us back on the fucking? Oh, by the way, also, I'm gonna post up the trailer for the new fucking Joaquin Phoenix movie, Napoleon. Tell me this motherfucker, dude. This guy is a good actor, man.
Dope,
Did you
bro.
fuck with
Dude.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, man.
Dude.
He played Julius Caesar.
If yes,
He played fucking the Joker.
yes.
Bro, he plays all these top-notch roles.
Hey,
Does it well, and
the
does it
one,
well.
the one or two people watch this. Look up the trailer of Napoleon. I'm gonna post it on my regular Facebook.
That's the 1.5 guys and the 0.5
in
women.
the group. Yeah, and the group. But I wanted to mention that because that shit looks fucking fire. I don't think it's even out in theaters, or maybe it's just dropping in theaters. And there was gonna be another thing I was gonna say.
All right, let's circle back.
I've
Let's
lost
circle back to this right quick.
I've lost
Give me your take, considering you're on fire today, right?
I'm on fucking fire.
Give me your take. Why do you
I
think?
feel it in my plums.
Why do you think the United States should not be taking any of these Middle Eastern refugees into the country right now? And is that your side? Are you?
It is.
It is. You're on the north side.
It is. Because it's like, okay.
How come?
Here's my thing. It's not that I don't have any sympathy for them. It's not that I'm not an empathetic person.
Are you racist?
'Cause I am. I'm not racist either. I don't think that they're SNs. You know what I mean? So
Saturday Night Live.
no, definitely not that.
Oh.
But listen, why do all the countries around them that are also
Not wanna take 'em.
that are also basically the same type of people as them?
Same religion.
They
same
don't
everything.
want them. So basically, the reason why they don't want them, I know part of it is that they don't want trouble with other countries that won't like it, but it's also because they know that they're a problem and they know that they can't weed out the regular Palestinians from Hamas. It's too intertwined now
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
they actually
yeah.
voted Hamas in,
Yes, they did.
which
Or did they?
which people
Or
think
did they?
I know, or did they? But whether they did or didn't, they
Was it
claim,
like this? Was it like this?
Yes.
Who are you voting for?
yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
whether they did or they didn't, Hamas claims that they're legitimate.
They've been legitimized.
Like
though.
a
They have
legitimate like
been. They
democracy.
have been.
But-
Well, not.
but not
they've
to
been-
the
I'm not gonna say democracy. I'll have that.
Like maybe in fake ass fucking tunnels under the fucking whole
they've been
place.
legitimized. That's the thing.
Gaza. Maybe in Gaza, but nobody else is fucking feeling that way.
The Middle East.
So what let me ask you, so I think it's a terrible fucking idea. And let me ask you,
Mhm.
just out of your opinion, what do you think would happen if they were to send a whole shit ton of refugees from Gaza Strip to
you
here?
want me to get into this?
I really fucking want you to, and I'll double down on it with you.
No, you're
I'll be the fucking
Look,
bad guy.
Listen, this is my take on this. Where I think this might be not the greatest idea, and this is a far stretch. I'm not even saying what I'm about to say is even remotely. I think it's possible. You guys may disagree with me. If you start letting them in now, we have elections 1 year from now. 1 year from fucking next month. We're 30 days away. So we're 13 months away from our next election, which could be the most important election in United States history. So you start letting these Middle Eastern people coming in from, and they've already stopped 300, 200, and almost 300 known terrorists coming from Hamas in the Middle East.
Yep.
What's going to happen if you let them in the country? And let's say come time for election, they just start firing. They go to these voting booths, these voting places, and start shooting and firing, and start killing people. What's going to happen?
And
You're gonna see the government come in and say, now we're at in term domestic war. Well, guess what? The sitting president of the United States is allowed to continue his term if we're in active war. And there's your in to keep the Democrats. Joe Biden still in office.
wait. For everyone out there, could you run that back one more time and say that real slow? What you just said.
The sitting
What
president, if the country is at war, is allowed to stay in presidency until the war is done or until the next year or something, until they're allowed. They basically postpone the election. And it would be even worse. Now, think about this. I want you to look at this. We've always been outside the United States fighting somewhere, right? What if this was the one time that we had domestic terrorists and now it's on our own land? What would happen then? Do you think that they would invoke that right then? And do you think the people of the United States would back it more than not? Absolutely.
So what you said, I gotta say this, but then I gotta say to them doing that fucking bullshit, and I gotta say that we are. This is the point I'm trying to bang home. Like I'm not being a fearmonger, but the thing is,
That's my opinion.
You can even do point. I love it.
Yes.
And you can even do your own crazy thing called research and look it up. And the fucking intelligence agencies have been able to identify that every country pretty much in the world now has got Hamas foot soldiers that have infiltrated into it.
To some degree.
That are to some degree,
Yeah.
right? I'm not saying, but that and they have blended into the communities,
Mhm.
and they have been given everything. Like they're usually given whatever,
Free housing,
Medicaid,
free money, free healthcare, free
in
food,
school, right?
free schools.
And then they go to school.
Essential living standards
Right.
have been provided for
And
them.
then they're at all these colleges and they're cheering on Hamas. So, do people realize that if these people cheering them on, that's not even the people that I'm talking about that have infiltrated this place. But do you realize how many people there are that can be basically cells that can be immobilized? Like
Sleeper cells.
normal people don't like. They think this is a joke. They think this is like a fucking movie or something. Like I don't know what they think it
It's
is.
fucking real life.
But like, they just won't speak about this shit. Like in the
Almost 300. Almost banged
in
300
the Middle
border, bro.
East, in the Middle
over.
East, in the Middle East,
How many
since
we missed?
what happened when Hamas went in and murdered and raped and mutilated women and children, all that shit happened. It's been like what, a couple of
It's October 7th.
A couple of weeks.
29th. So we're looking at almost a month.
So in that month, how much have you heard from like regular mainstream media news about the 20 different fucking major assaults on American soldiers on American bases, regardless of where they are, because they're still
throughout the Middle East though.
Yeah.
It's very.
Have you heard the president come out and speak on it at all or anything
No,
like that?
I caught that through.
So it's sort of just like a
I caught that not on on MSN. We caught that on independent news, on podcasts, on people on the internet. You're not catching that with your local news stations or your national news stations.
Let me ask all you out there, especially if anyone is on live or if
Fucking
you're
weird,
watching
man.
this after the fact, please leave me in the comments. Did you know that there have been over 20 attacks? The terrorists, Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran, they're all involved on United States military installations. Like
Throughout the Middle
I'm
East.
pretty sure American soldiers have been dying
Of course they
too.
have.
Yeah. But have you heard anything about that? No, you haven't.
Very little.
You haven't. And the thing is, I feel like the direction they're going in is some sort of a takeover of the United States, but not in the traditional way. Like bring all the norms, crash into the fucking ground, push in all this happy fucking horse shit, and then say, woo, this and that's happening. We're gonna lock everything fucking down like what they did with COVID, which was the start and beginning of that shit. Like, and I think, like I said before, everybody feels it. If you're not feeling that there's something wrong right now, you're probably not paying attention.
Now, do you think
You
people
better have a fucking heartbeat.
But if you think the people that aren't paying attention, do you think it's due to all the SSRI medication that's ended up in the water that's fucking with our shrimp, our lobsters, all the sea mammals, bro, I'm nasty, bro. Don't fuck around, bro. Just give me a second
Yes!
to think about it.
Motherfucking points, motherfucking
You know what I mean?
transistor sister, weapon.
No, in all
You know,
seriousness.
what I'm saying? No, in all
But
seriousness.
because, you
And
eat,
peep
you piss
this.
it out,
The question that I have is, maybe or maybe not, we don't know. Like maybe I might, or in my past, or maybe I do not take an SSRI, but I'm still fucking mad as hell, so it's not working. But why? But listen, I'm not a little tiny shrimp. You know what I mean?
You're a mammal.
I'm a fucking.
You're a big ass mammal.
I'm like a. What do they call it? I'm like a manatee.
You're like
I'm a sea
You're
cow.
like a 6XL
I'm a
mammal.
sea cow. I'm not 6L. I am a 2XL. Look at my shirt, you son of a bitch. But listen.
It says 6.
No, it doesn't say 6, you dumb bastard. So listen, I know. So listen. All right.
SSRI
This is very similar. I know where I am.
In the water, bro.
This is very
in the
similar
water.
to another thing that was brought out by, we're going to bring him up again today, Alex Jones. When he talked about the frogs being gay,
Atrazine.
everybody laughed and laughed and laughed.
Atrazine in the water.
But it's actually true.
And it comes
And
from
now-
a lefty college, by the way.
Yeah.
That came from a college in California, that study. Wasn't even from a right-leaning college. That's from a left. I think that was from Southern Cal.
Hey, bud.
As left as you get.
Hey, bud, how's California doing right now?
Oh, they're doing fucking awesome, guy. Oh, my
The
God.
people, dude, Dude, the people, they're just letting people just fucking rob and fucking kill everybody.
San
And do whatever they
Francisco,
want.
bro, is unreal.
There's fucking Chinese police in fucking San Francisco.
In New York.
Bro, hey, yo, am we in fucking real? Is this real life? Do you remember when you should start, when you do the thing, you say, is this real motherfucking life? Is this real motherfucking life?
And like instant replay it, put the instant replay bar on it and shit.
I'm just like, dude, what is it that people not, and like the thing is, when you say these things to some people, when you say these things to some people, they're like, oh my God, guy, you're crazy.
No, it's true.
But it's all like.
Look, open your eyes.
Maybe read a book again, or
maybe open your fucking eyes and stop walking around in the days.
But like, you don't have to let it rule your entire life.
Get off the SSRIs, guys.
I know, because it doesn't work.
Because it doesn't work. Days. It's calcifying your normal fucking thought process.
But it doesn't work, but.
I know, because they're already gone.
Maybe for some people it works, but I don't have any brain cells in there anymore. But listen.
It's too bad.
I just did that by mistake and done. But listen, we never got the shit. So anyways, by the way, first off, a shit ton of fucking cities and towns have tested the water, the local water that you get. You know,
tap water.
You might drink it. Lots of people drink it. I drink it. I know I shouldn't, but I do. Yeah, I just will drink any water because I just, you know what I mean? I work what I work, like I'm around chemicals and shit. At this point, it's not like my body's a temple, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, they test the waters and they're like, holy fuck. The amount of medications, like there was like opiates and benzos and shit like that, but that wasn't like the overwhelming shit. The overwhelming fucking shit, whether it was people who flushed it or you got to think to yourself, was somebody putting it in there? The overwhelming huge amount of medications that was in the water were fucking medications for depression, anxiety, like mostly SSRIs, to the point that fucking Google it, motherfuckers. National Geographic has a fucking article on how shrimp in the motherfucking ocean have been subjected to the runoff water from, you know, we all know every fucking river and shit goes to sea eventually. They have been subjected to such high levels of SSRIs and other medications that it's fucked them up in their heads, and now they try to attack their predators and shit. Like, they're basically suicidal. Like zombies, kind of, really? If you think about
step one,
fucking point,
step one,
fucking
baby.
clip it, fucking your mother, what?
That's what I'm talking about. So, yo, let's take this home a little bit. Let's take this back to more of some Massachusetts or
like
New
reality?
England. Oh no, not reality. Let's bring it back to more of a New England thing. We had a major fucking issue in Maine happen this week with Lewiston, Maine, where this guy came in and just started smoking people at a bowling alley. He started smoking. It was a bowling alley. He went.
It was like a bar and shit like that.
Bar,
and by the way, and I gotta give fucking real quick. I gotta give props to Joey today because we realized like a couple of chuckle fucks when we got here. Like, oh shit, Weapon's on here. Like we usually use his phone. So and Joey's like, I didn't bring the camera, which is more. I think it's gonna be better for the skits. That I fucking promise you, God damn it, we're gonna fucking get a skit out soon. Don't look away. Don't look away. And also, you son of a bitch. And also, you're gonna make me forget what I'm talking about. So Joey, I had to use my phone to record the show that's gonna get tuned up by Joey, and you're gonna get fucking tuned up by Joey if you don't fucking subscribe to the YouTube and fucking Rumble if you haven't already. But also, excuse me, I had to have him look at my fucking notes, which I usually have in front of me on my phone, on his phone. So he's been kind of leading me around like a fucking blind fuck. Good job.
I kind of like it this way.
Good job. Well, did you notice that we've done this a couple times and it works good every time? Because I'm kind of like an R-worded.
No, like you like to talk but
so I need direction.
But you blend this into this and it's hard to.
But
follow.
that's why.
But if I can kind of lead it a little bit.
To shout out one other person, you know what I mean.
Who?
To shout out my wife. Like, that's why I always say to my wife, I need sometimes, and you know as a friend, like, sometimes I need like turn to me. You're looking at me, but no, bud, you gotta look that way, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very,
It's all good, man. We all need help sometimes, dude. That's what you tell my friends for.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's good. So what are we gonna talk? So let's talk about this guy smoking people in Maine. At the time that you wrote this, he wasn't captured, so they ended up finding him. He shot himself in the fucking dumpster or something. Or
See, I didn't even know that.
That's what was.
Bro,
being
I just
said.
learned the fucking news on my own goddamn podcast.
Yeah, no. So that's at least what's being said. But to me, it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, so the dude does all this damage and then puts himself in a dumpster and kills himself.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Nah. You want to? They don't want to tell you that they found him and they probably riddled him.
They probably fucking raped him to death.
No,
shit! Dropped the fucking.
They probably blew him. Like, dude, they probably.
I don't think they blew him.
I would say apart.
Oh, sorry.
And then they put him in the dumpster and said, "Look what we found."
But there's so many.
Allegedly,
but there's so many fucking angles to this shit. Like, so this was my.
Veteran, bro.
You want to know my first? You want to know my first take on it when I saw the story and I saw like what his background was and shit like that. And you're right in my fucking age group. You know, you call me old man, but you know what my first fucking thought to my fucking head was when I saw the fucking story in the headline?
What's up?
Rambo, First Blood. So the man. Now I'm not making any excuses for him. Killing people, you're fucking. This, you know what I mean?
You don't need.
But so the thing is,
not innocent people.
Apparently, he was mentally ill. We still waiting for more information on the story. But so he was mentally ill, and apparently, not only did the fucking like city he was in and shit, like apparently, like government officials had looked into him before. Like they knew he was a fucking danger. And the thing is, but I'm getting to somewhere here. I don't condone anything he did. Whatever they did to him, we're waiting for more information. But the problem I have is, like I mentioned before about, I have a lot of people in my family and friends for that matter that have been in the military and have been to war. And this country, amongst all the other piece of shit fucking things that it does, it trains men and women for that matter to become killers and use them for its benefit. And then when they come home and the shit's over, there's nothing in place to fucking turn that back
support them
and show them how to be a fucking civilian again.
Yeah, to support them.
You know what I mean?
There's no we hang them out to dry, bro. It's like laundry. It's fucked up.
Use and abuse.
Yeah.
So I'm not justifying.
We got what
I'm not justifying because so many fucking families right now. Because I mean, I don't even know how the fuck they said the numbers. I haven't rechecked them, but what I heard is like 22 killed and 60
like 80
injured.
80 injured or something.
Bro,
it's up there.
How big of a fucking bar was it, dude?
He went to 3 different places.
Okay, see,
I'm still not. Different locations.
It's still kind of like
they
really.
Didn't catch him for a while, bro. He went to 3 different spots.
Like I didn't think that they. That's why I questioned the dumpster and shit because I didn't think that they were going to. I thought this was going to be quite a while because I thought he was going to dig in like out in the wilderness and shit like that. So I wonder if but also I wonder if maybe at some point because apparently he was saying to people that he heard voices in his head. But then Kathy also told me, but you know, in the very beginning. When there's just all like a lot of wild speculation. Yeah. But Kathy told me that she heard that he had hearing problems from the war, from like fucking bombs off and shit. No, listen. No, that's not the end of it. And that he recently got a new hearing aid and that it was like really powerful and that he could hear people inside the bar where the thing began that were talking shit about him. And that's what, with his mental illness, I don't know if that's like I said allegedly. Yeah. I just found that an interesting thing to bring up because I was like, oh whoa, like because we do live in a world that like very small petty things like
trigger people.
People don't seem to care about life as much anymore. Like especially young people.
What if it wasn't the people in the bar? What if that new hearing aid and they knew that he was a Manchurian candidate and that was a government hearing aid put in his ear?
What if
now they're feeding him keywords because he's been hypnotized. To do these kind of bad things with these people, and now the hearing aid goes in, it's programmed for him, it's killing you've seen the movies, the keywords go off, and he goes into motion.
Yes, motherfucking points, motherfucking MK Ultra fucking style shit.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that. I'm just speculating. That's an opinion.
Yeah. What's that fucking Jesse Eisenberg movie? Is it called MK Ultra or something like that?
I know there's one with Denzel Washington named.
No, it's with you know who Jesse Eisenberg is?
No.
He's the dude that did the fucking pizza movie where he was taken hostage, which was a comedy that was based off of a real terrible thing that happened. You ever watch the Netflix documentary about the heist where they put the fucking bomb around the dude's neck?
Yeah.
And sent him with a shirt. All right, so the pizza delivery dude, they made a comedy movie with Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg is the fucking kid who played Zuckerberg in the fucking social fuck. You know what the fuck I'm talking about now?
Yeah.
you want me to look? Oh, look it up. Jesse Eisenberg.
No.
It's fucking amazing. As soon as you see it, you're gonna be like, I'm a fuckhead because that's something. The movie where they're all magicians. The fuck is that called?
Yeah, I know you're talking about fucking where they go to MIT and they figure out how to. Oh, you can mathematically win more money than lose.
Yeah.
I watched both of those.
Yeah.
There's two of those.
No, I know that. I like the trick where the tree had something in it that was put in it when it was like. Do you know that part of it? You might be talking about something different too, but I'm talking about where they're magicians.
Yes,
because they do go. There is a scene where they go and they read cards and shit. But they do they put on shows. Like look up.
Yeah, and they rob people. They rob shit at the same time.
Yeah, like banks and bank vaults and shit. What the fuck is it called? See Me Now or some shit like.
Yeah. So yeah, there's one and two. There's two movies.
Yeah. So the main character Jesse Eisenberg. He's the one.
The one that's teaching him.
He's in the fucking. But what movie was I originally trying to tell you about him being in? As I said, he's in 30 Minutes or Less, where he's a pizza delivery truck, right? And fucking. But what movie was I talking about before that?
That wasn't what we were talking about.
No, there was not. I was trying to tell you who he was. I didn't think that was the one. But anyways, so bring us back. Where we at? Dude, there's so many clips off the top of my head that I can think of that and that shit.
Alright, conspiracy theories. Bigfoots and motherfucking UFOs.
Yeah, that's just the tag. What does it say?
I know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What do you have in there? Shit. I know. I told you there's a little bit of shit that was like. They're kind of seeing a little behind the scenes right now.
No, that's no. This is actually kind of like something we can talk about. How much of human history that we know of, that we're fed to us, right, is a small percentage. Imagine what's lost.
Yeah.
Within that, what is in that chunk that's been lost?
And I'm gonna step up for 1 second, but because there's a big thing where so much like the powers that be never want to give an inch to the stuff that they want to be like this is true, like scientists and archaeologists who are dug in on what their perspective and opinion was on a certain period. When this new information comes out, they fight against it, which is kind of wild because wouldn't you be interested in that? Wouldn't you want to know what happened? But they're saying that because of the crazy shit that happens to this planet on a consistent basis since it was born, that there are most likely civilizations, which is where you hear the talk of Atlantis and El Dorado and shit like that, and how they're finding what looks like almost like machines or computers and shit from ancient Greece and stuff.
That are buried in the ground hundreds of feet.
And they're saying how is it possible? And I want you to continue on with this, but how they're still trying to figure out, and they try to say the pyramids, the way they were built with this hammer and this chisel, but we can't make them the same with all the modern technology.
I know they did by hand though.
Do you see some of the jugs? You know how they made jugs out of stone, and they had little things because they must have put something in it to carry it. They don't know how they machined that because machines weren't supposed to exist then. So, anyways, I'll be right back.
I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways of looking at that. You can say that we do know, and it's not super common knowledge. But if you look into it, you don't have to look very far. You can find out that the Earth, you can call it, cleanses itself every 13,000 years. I mean, every 100,000 years,
which makes sense.
Of event. Let's see, the pole shift. And the magnetic, and the positive becomes negative. Negative becomes positive. That completely terraforms the planet over again. I mean, and I'm sure only 5-10% of humanity survives this every time. The majority of the technology is wiped out, and you start back in the Stone Ages again.
How dare you speculate on that stuff?
Allegedly. You know what I mean? So there's evidence of advanced civilizations thousands, hundreds of thousands of years prior. But it doesn't fit the narrative now. Everything that we're told,
cool that fits
everything that we're told now is built off of this short-term thinking that we've only been around for the last 13,000 years.
And do you notice that there's a reason for it?
That's control.
It's to
control
help
the information. You control the fucking population.
It's to help their whole campaign type regime to continue.
Yeah, because
by not letting you know that if you don't study up at all on history, you don't know nothing about it, you're just gonna repeat it. You know what I
But
mean?
that's what
Like,
they want, though, right?
but like that's the playbook right now. And there's so many people that I know we've talked about this before. I know you've heard of bread and circus. And at this point, since we're so deep in the show, I haven't eaten anything today. I'm gonna have a chippy, and you're gonna be mad. And Mr. John Price, and my phone's doing something. So I guess that's
the end of that.
But at least, dude, that was
No, you know why, bro? We're like an hour plus into this eating.
Oh no, it's actually not even done. It was just telling me low fucking power. But I think we can still say
What do we have time on there?
it's been an hour and 20 minutes almost.
Yeah, we
So hey,
this is gonna be a stupid.
All right, so hey, I appreciate everybody sticking here with us, and
through this debacle,
I think
we're here.
I think it was pretty good.
No, we go $1.20, bro. That's
And can we get more people in all those groups I spoke on? I'm gonna send out more invites and like let's just interact with each other. Like that's all we're asking for.
Let's love each
That's
other.
fucking dope. So I'm gonna click out of this, but